Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic: President Trump transferred to Walter Reed Medical Center. We are Sukkot, Tabernacles, Hebrew year 5781, Gregorian year 2020. And I'm sure you guys have seen all the video watching the helicopter, Marine One, transfer the president from the White House to Walter Reed, and it was taking place just before sundown, October 2 on our calendar. Tishri 15 on the Hebrew calendar. And once that sun sets, it's the beginning of Tabernacles, and President Donald Trump has been transferred to Walter Reed Hospital this evening after being diagnosed with COVID-19 earlier in the day. And this, Trump sent this tweet out, I guess it would have technically been October 1st, just before midnight tonight, at FLOTUS, First Lady of the United States, and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together, so Trump tweets out. And then here we go. Gee whiz, go to bed, wake up, live a day. 5:31 p.m., October 2nd. Trump issues about an 18-second statement. You guys can pull this up on Twitter for yourself. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this. Essentially stating to everybody, hey, everything's okay. I'm going to the hospital. Precautionary, blah, blah, blah. I'll let him speak for himself. Watching the video just struck me as kind of odd. We'll see what happens. I know he's just letting everybody know it's going to be okay. The way it ended just struck me as kind of like saying goodbye. I don't know. I'm just trying to reassure people. I know that's what his intention was. But check it out. See it for yourself. Also got a couple of links. USA Today. Heads Walter Reed Hospital after positive COVID-19 test. This is a great little article, and it just shows a timeline of what he's done over the last week, the number of people he's been in contact with. I know I haven't spoken a whole lot about this. I'm a medical professional myself, so I thought it was pretty well done from a medical perspective. I mean, now they've got some of their bias in, and that comes with the territory. I get that. But as fair as they could be, they did a pretty good job of just presenting the facts of the matter. And you can just see where the president's been, who he's been in contact with, people who had masks, people who did not have masks, social distancing. We don't know if they wash their hands or not, but you can see some of those things. They make it a point, do some color contrasting. It's a pretty good little article. And then also for those of you who are interested in medical signs and symptoms of COVID-19 and what doctors will be monitoring, check out the link below. And this is from npr.org. Latest updates, Trump COVID-19 results. Trump receives experimental drug for COVID-19. Here's what the doctors are watching for. Not for, just for. One thing I did find interesting about the experimental drug, it was also given at a higher dose than what was recommended, typically, according to, quote, professional recommendations. Now, granted, this is an experimental drug. It's in trials. But he clearly had no problems, he being Trump, no problems rolling the dice and saying, I'm going to try this, which I found to be interesting. He also has a little cocktail of, supplemental types of things like melatonin, zinc, vitamin D. He's going at this from an experimental homeopathic standpoint, natural remedies. Pretty interesting. I'll click on this. This isn't for, I shouldn't get in trouble with YouTube. I'm not getting paid anything for this. But he's got the a polyclonal antibody cocktail. It's an experimental drug, initial trials, currently being evaluated, but has not received Food and Drug Administration approval. Goes on to say he's got a couple things, from a comorbidity standpoint. He's he's overobese at 240. He's overweight and obese at 244. His age is 74. 5 times more likely to die. Let's scare everybody to death. Let's get that in there. He's taking some statins for cholesterol. Quit eating those cheeseburgers, dude. Mix in some vegetables. This is what I found to be interesting. Taking zinc, affect the immune system in a positive sense. Vitamin D supplements. Also melatonin. They're going to be monitoring his oxygen levels closely. I thought this was very well done. Just good fundamental nuts and bolts about what to look for with COVID. And these are the things that we look for as medical professionals. So thought it was pretty balanced, pretty fair. Now, the one thing, this COVID is unpredictable, and you can go from feeling fine and then be in real trouble within 24 to 36 hours. I mean, it can turn quickly. So I think precautionary from a precautionary standpoint, that's probably why they sent him to Walter Reed. In case something changes, they can attempt to manage it in a hurry. So take that for what it's worth. And like with all of this stuff, do your own homework, check it out, investigate it. For whatever you do, don't take the press's interpretation of anything, but dig around, look, think. And don't take my word for it either, for that matter. Check it out. That's kind of one of the main points of this blog and website. Any of you guys who follow me, it's be a thinker, investigator. Try to make sense of it. Which takes me to Deuteronomy 16:13. You shall keep the feast of booths or tabernacles or Sukkot 7 days when you have gathered in the produce from your threshing floor and your winepress. So October 2020, Gregorian calendar, the feast, as it's called in some cases, is scheduled to start on October 2nd at sundown. And run through the 9th, sundown, on our Gregorian calendar. Now, Trump was transferred and admitted to Walter Reed Hospital just before Tabernacles Sukkot technically began. Now, and this is where, some are saying, oh, this is no coincidence. Some are saying this is a coincidence. Some may be saying, oh, you're just being a conspiracy theorist. Whatever. I don't care what your opinion is. Just do your own homework. It is what it is. And this fall feast season has not disappointed on any level. Every day a big ticket item has happened. And I tweeted about some of this. Well, before I get there, if you want to check out more information on the feast or tabernacles or Sukkot, click on this link right here, PaulthePoke.com = tabernacles. All kinds of articles going back, 6 years on what is tabernacles, the significance of it from the scripture, from the law standpoint, and just also some of the events that have happened on this day. And this year's no different. Every year, every fall and every spring, big ticket news items, they just seem to keep happening on these days, all 7 of them. Again, take it for what it's worth. Maybe it's just a coincidence. It keeps happening year after year after year. Maybe God's intervening. I haven't talked to him. I don't know. He hasn't told me. But I'm just watching and I'm just observing. So, again, check it out for yourselves. So, which takes me back to, I'm going to go to the Twitter feed. And so this happened on Yom Kippur. So Secretary of State Pompeo goes to Thessaloniki, Greece. That would be First and Thessalonians, same place. and he's talking to Jewish people and some rabbi on Yom Kippur. And I mean, so there you have it. I mean, all the symbols are there. 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, the Jewish people, the law, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, the most holy day. And we had Armenia and Azerbaijan. They started fighting on Yom Kippur, is what it is. Oh, this is cute. I'll click on this one. Look at this. Kim Jong-un, exalted leader, North Korea, expresses his sympathy to U.S. President Donald Trump. The benevolent one sends a message of sympathy to the United States president. Okay. Here's a picture, Marine One landing at Walter Reed about sundown. And then I had a post. I'll be posting on this for all you folks following on YouTube. As soon as I complete this, I'm going to put something up on Sukkot, Tabernacles, nuts and bolts of the holiday, the God-appointed feast. So that's coming soon. Erdogan's looking to revive the Ottoman Empire. And he also says in that process, hey, we built Jerusalem. Jerusalem is our city, he says during a speech on Thursday, using the Ottoman Empire to justify his point. So he's ready to move down there from Turkey, Ankara, or Istanbul. I don't know where he's hanging out, but he wants to claim Jerusalem as a Turkish city. Like they built it. Like, I don't think so. They preceded you guys by a few thousand years, as a reminder. Also, new rules in California. This was pretty staggering. California has made it mandatory for companies to have LGBTQ plus and minority leaders. Under the new rules, companies must have at least one director from an underrepresented community by the end of 2021. If they don't comply, they could face huge fines of over $100,000. So the state of California and its government is going to mandate to companies, you need to hire LGBTQ and minority leaders. If you don't, the state is going to fine you. Now, I haven't delved into the specifics of this, but that's so much for you running your own business and trying to make something work on your own. You got Big Brother out there in California telling you how to run your business. India and Pakistan, they're fighting. India's got a lot of things going on. They're about to have potential wars on two fronts. India and Pakistan and Kashmir. And then on the other end of the country, they've got India and China arming up. So, and this thing, I think, between India and Pakistan, India is on the Armenian side of that conflict with Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan is supported by Pakistan. So a little proxy thing going on potentially. And, you know, things are just lining up. We got people ready to go, wanting to fight. And what is it? Macron, France's president Macron, is making some comments. He has solid information from today. Very credible, he says. Looks serious, and he looks believable. Indicates Syrian fighters have left their fighting zone in Syria. Jihadists, and they're transitioning to Azerbaijan in this Nagorno-Karabakh region to take on Armenia and the Christians. So we got a little holy war developing over there in the Balkans. So, or the Caucasus, I'm sorry, in the Caucasus. Putin and he's visiting with Putin. Him and Putin are solving this problem. I feel good about that. So you should too. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Anyhow, that's just the last 2 days of the things I found interesting here on planet Earth. So I appreciate you guys all following along. Again, if you want to follow along, click on the blue bar, Or also, there's a gray bar sometimes. Type in your email address. We will forward you something every time something comes out. So appreciate y'all following along. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.